So before this video starts, let's focus on something positive before we get into the nastiness and the shenanigans and everything in between. The first positive, have you tried the market salad from Chick-fil-A? Joints is on point like a pencil. I gotta be completely honest with you. It's really good. I probably still got some in my teeth right now. I make sure that I don't get the cheese in it because I don't really mess with cheese like that, but that's not here or there. It is so good. They got like strawberries and like raisins in it and stuff, and like blueberries. It's really good. And if you get like the like strawberry vinaigrette sauce, it's very good. It's very, very good. That's the positive I have for you today. Let's get into the negative. Welcome back to Nets Republic. Oh God, if you want this shirt, link in the description. So the Nets signed TJ Warren. I think I'm saying his name right. If not, oh well. Yay, he's good. I don't know how we finesse that. I mean, homie had like 50-something points in the bubble, and we just finessed that out of nowhere. I don't understand how that happens. We also picked up Royce O'Neal, which I think we discussed a little bit. I just didn't really have much to say about it, and there's that. And that's interesting. That's well and dandy. That's great. If Kyrie and Kevin Durant were to be on the team together with us in the fall, I could see how these moves would be interesting and how one would be excited by this. Unfortunately, we are still in this weird limbo where we don't know what Kevin Durant's doing. We don't know what Kyrie is doing. We don't really understand why Josiah and his entire family is taking shots at everyone involved. And somehow through all of this, Sean Marks is still employed, and somehow even more confusing of a question, which doesn't really seem to ever have an answer. Kind of like how when The Rock says, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, we have no idea what the man is cooking. Bobby Shmurda still hasn't come down. He's been out of jail for several. What kind of soup or why at all did J.R. Smith throw the soup at the assistant coach? Things we'll never get an answer for. To me, at the top of the list is, how is Steve Nash still our head coach? So many things to wonder, so many things to try to figure out, but hey, TJ Warren! Woo! Yeah. One interesting little messy point in there that I don't know if any of you picked up on, but Joe Tsai, owner of the Brooklyn Nets, and his entire family, when I say his entire family, I literally mean like his sons and stuff like that, are going around liking tweets that are basically slandering Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. Now, I think we all know how I feel about the situation, so I'm going to try to keep my bias out of it until the end of the video, but let me try to be on the other side of it for a second. I think it's a little nasty. The owner is going around basically liking subtweets and literal dish shots at your two best players on the team while you are trying to convince them to stay. I don't know how that works. That's some reverse psychology Phil Jackson stuff, and I don't think that I feel like maybe that's what they're trying to do, but it's just not working like that. It's giving mutiny, it's giving deception, it's giving nastiness. Like I don't quite understand what we're hoping to accomplish by dissing our current players. Now, Steve Nash, to a lesser degree, and I forgot man's name. Who's the dude in charge? Sean Marks, to a greater degree, kind of started this poop on Kyrie train when they were doing the exit interviews, saying that they are interested in bringing back people who are fully committed and will actually be a part of the team moving forward. That is a direct shot at Kyrie Irving, and obviously the shots at Kevin Durant are what they are. Do I agree with them? Absolutely. Do I think they're professional and warranted? Absolutely not. You keep that kind of stuff to yourself, especially when we are trying to salvage what we have, because as I have said time after time, as I've said time and time and time and time again, and I feel like I'm a literal broken record at this point, this is something y'all decided to do. None of us, you didn't ask any of us what we wanted, because we said we don't need Harden. You did it anyway, right? We said, you know what? you know what, this Kyrie thing ain't working out. Let's just have him be part-time off rip. If you don't want to have any strict punishments, if you don't want to trade him, if you're just going to deal with the mandates and whatever it is, just let him be part-time off rip. But nope, you didn't listen to us. You told him to go home. We start losing games. People get injured. He comes back, gives everyone COVID. Like, these were decisions that they made. Sean Marks and Joe Tsai and Steve Nash and all of them. Those are decisions y'all made. And when I was begging, please just trade Kyrie. If you hate him that much, if you think he's that much of a distraction, basically all the things they're saying right now, which is destroying his trade value, then just get rid of him before the season starts. But no, they decided we're going to keep him. So when you bring him back after he gave the team COVID, ironically, and things aren't going too well, they came to the fork in the road. Do we pick Harden or do we pick Kyrie? Well, they went with the part-time Kyrie. That's the distraction and all the various things that they are saying. This is not some of the Bonds saying this. This is what Nets management is saying. All the nasty things they're saying about Kyrie and liking all this nasty stuff on Twitter. If he was truly all those things, why didn't you pick Harden to stay? They made the decision, not us. So when we went into the playoffs and I said, you know what, this is the team we have, we're stuck with it, we just got to make it work. And then we get swept and we go into the off season and now all of a sudden, oh, Kyrie's a distraction, it's always something with Kyrie. Where was this energy to the beginning of last season? It's too late. Do I think it's Kyrie's fault for everything? Absolutely. Can't stand Kyrie. I'll be honest with you, I am at that point. I cannot stand Kyrie. But he's very talented, and that's who we're stuck with. If he opts into the deal, you don't have to trade that man. You don't have to do it. Just like we didn't have to trade Harden. So this is a golden moment for everyone to just grow the blank up and actually pretend like we're a competent organization for a change and that we're all adults. Instead of sending sneaky shots at each other, Mr. Kevin Durant. Instead of sending sneaky shots at each other, Mr. Joe Tsai. Instead of sending sneaky shots, Sean Marks. Why don't we just be adults, come back next season, starting lineup, Kyrie Irving, Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, Ben Simmons, Royce O'Neal's in there somewhere, I'm sure. Then have that bench. You can have TJ Warren off the bench, you feel me? We lost Bruce Brown, but we still got Claxton. Oh, Claxton's starting at center. My fault. I forgot about Claxton. Okay, bring Royce O'Neal on the bench with TD Jakes. TJ Warren. Yo, one of these athletes are going to catch me on the street and just knock me out 1,000. The amount of slander I put on these people's names. I'm going to get knocked out one day, and I'm sure it's going to be all over TMZ. But until the day that happens, I will continue to slander each and every one of them. So, TD Jakes Warren, I'm sorry, I think that's really, really funny. Maybe y'all don't get it. I think that's really funny. TJ Warren, Royce O'Neal, you got Claxton starting, so you got Patty Mills, you got Cam Thomas, you still got Day'Ron Sharp. Like, you got options. And I think we signed someone else, too, whose name I don't remember. So, you got options. We still got Seth Curry. Like, the team's pretty good. Like, there's no reason why we have to rage quit this. Just run it back. Just everybody just calm down. Water under the bridge. You said some things. I said some things. We said some things. Let it all go. And just come on back and let's run it with the team that we have. So, as a team that's operating in the manner that no one's going anywhere anyway, let's just try to make it work. Now, the only thing that could be absolutely nasty about this is if Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant both take a page out of Ben Simmons and James Harden's book and refuse to play until they're traded. That is a possibility. That could get awfully nasty, which again, we've seen with Ben Simmons. Players are more than willing to not be paid. They don't seem to care. So that could be a little wild. But assuming that doesn't happen, why not just not trade them? Everybody just pat each other on the back and say, my fault for saying what I said, and we just move on like adults. Can we do that? Can we just be adults? No more name calling. Can we just be adults? Maybe? Yes? No?